Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Profit Easy One. I should actually come up with a different name for these bug out type videos, but no, we'll just keep it with that same name. What I wanted to do today was go over my food bag with you. I've been wanting to do it. I watched a guy a little while ago. He had a video on his food bag. It was about the same size as mine, except it had a couple external pouches. And his weighed, he said 35 pounds. Now this one, I don't know. I tried to weigh it with my small scale, which bottomed out at 13 pounds. And this was definitely above that. This is probably, it's a 20-pound bag. It could even exceed that just a little bit. But I want to get into some of the contents of it. And I'm getting ready to change it, so I figured this is as good a time as any. I did pick up some other things I'd never tried, and they were good. In fact, one of the things I picked up, because I like these things, I like to have a little something sweet around from time to time. I bought a box of these. And darn, I'm not sure if I actually ended up putting any away, because while I was doing things, I kept eating them. I had a few in my little emergency food pouch on my panniers on my bicycle, and heck, I ate that. And then me and the squirrel been eating the nuts that I got in there too. It's funny, he came in here the other day, I had the door open a little bit, and I was dozing off, and he jumped on me to get my attention. So I fed him, I started dozing off again, he came in and jumped on me again. But that's beside the point. He's my little buddy. But I've been doing some things, and I hope to lighten this food bag load, but I've been doing quite a few things to help lighten my load overall. And some of it has meant quite a few pounds. I mean, when you, like, what's the saying? Ounces make pounds, and pounds make pain. And even grams make ounces. So anything you can do to reduce volume of weight is a good thing. Like one of the things that I'm taking out today, this is a large magnifying glass. I took it out earlier. It's a double one because I have two smaller magnifying glasses that are much more powerful. Good way to start a fire. And now I want to get into one thing. This guy with the food bag that I saw, he like I said, it's very heavy, and he had lots of canned goods in there. Now, canned goods are okay, if you're just going on a camping trip or something, but if you need long-term food, that stuff's very heavy. Now if you don't have any water around, if you're out in the desert area or something, then you might want that. But otherwise, you don't want to have to be carrying that extra weight all the time. Now, yeah, and then here's another little thing, just to save space. Now this, I had full of calamine lotion. Yeah, see, it still says it on there, calamine. But what I did is I found a smaller bottle. It's kind of rectangular. It's only this high. And the whole thing fit in there just perfect. And it's a much more durable bottle, too. So, save me a little space in my kit. Here's another thing I just did to save a bunch of money. And I'm really happy with this. I wanted it for a while. And I think I showed this before. What I had for rain gear was this big rubber trench coat. Now, granted, it's a good coat, and I love the huge pockets that it's got on here, too. But this thing weighs 2 pounds. If you're not wearing a hat or something, you will get water down in your collar. But this thing weighs 2 pounds, and when it rolls up to a roll probably a little over 4 inches across and 10 inches long. So what I did, and like I said, it weighs 2 pounds. I got this poncho. Man, am I happy with it. What's that? Tom's Show or something? I'll tell you what, this thing. Now, I had a military poncho for years. I don't know whatever happened to it. And I used to love that. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in the rainforest with it. It went on so many camping trips with me. Yeah, it was great. But I don't have that anymore. So I shopped around for a long time, and I'm going to mention this one place again where I've been getting a lot of my gear because you can get it really cheap. Check it out. Go to wish.com. Takes a little time on shipping. I have one thing I'm still waiting for now that I ordered in February. It's the only one that I've had that problem with, but they do keep in contact with you. And it'll be here soon. And I just ordered several more things that should be coming in. Well, takes a little time with that. But anyway, this thing comes with a nice bag. the poncho, you know, it's camo, as opposed to wearing that yellow thing where, man, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb. But what I like about this poncho, several things. Like I say, it's lightweight, it's 10 ounces, it's definitely waterproof. I've checked it out, it's pretty well made. And the other thing is, it's huge. This thing is big. And that's really good, you know, especially if you need to use it for a ground cloth or anything else. It's got the hood on it. And I'm not sure what I paid for it. I know with the shipping and all, it was under 20 bucks, but it's great. And I will probably end up, it has a few little grommet holes in it. I'll probably end up putting a few more in there. And also along the sides where it comes down next to you, you got Velcro catches in a couple of places, so you can, you know, Velcro it around your arms and further down if you really want to stay dry. But man, this is great. And like I say, 10 ounces. That's with the bag as opposed to 2 pounds. So I've saved a pound and quite a few ounces right there. And then I don't know if you saw my other video with the sleeping bag that I got. That thing saved me almost 1.5 pounds as opposed to, I'll show you. This was a blanket roll that I had. This thing's big. You know, it's thick and it's large. And this is just some Tyvek wrapped around it that goes like as an automatic drop cloth underneath of it. And I threw some paints on there to camo it a little bit. The other side's still white. But this thing is 5 pounds. The other sleep bag packs up about this fat, but 2/3 the length. And it's almost 1.5 pounds lighter. So, wow, that was really good. So, I mean, there's several pounds I knocked off there just between the rain gear and the sleeping bag. Okay, so now it's supposed to be about food. So, let's go ahead and get into what I got in this food bag right now. I'm going to take it and just start pulling it out, laying it down. Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of stuff in there. Here, take a look at this. See, it's got the lid up in here underneath the plastic. And then you got the big compartment down here. And yeah, I have some canned stuff in there too. But it's all good stuff. In fact, right now, I want to show you this. Here's one of the things about a lot of canned foods. Like I say, you're carrying a lot of water weight. And you're carrying the weight of the can. They're not that heavy, but weighs more than baggies. Now, the thing is, I was hungry, so I went to heat this up just a little bit ago. This is some beef pot roast. And what I realized is I was pouring it into the pot, it's almost all water. It's almost all water. There's some stuff in there, and there's some broth to make it look pretty, but yeah, it's mostly water. So, let's get into this. I'm going to start taking some things out here. Let's start with the top. And then I have a couple other things to show you on some of my replacements that are going in there for what I do have. But you won't see all of that right now because I'll have to do that on home. But let's get into the top here. But one of the things I did the other day, see now, this bag here, I live out of it too. I mean, I don't hit it every day, but there's certain things in there, like we'll get into that in a minute, where from time to time I hit this thing, or if I run out of something, like honey or Tang or something, which I have in here. If I run out, then I use what's here, go get some more and replace it. But I was looking for some oatmeal. I don't know what happened to the last oatmeal I had. I guess I ate it all. And I was going to get the regular, Quaker. I don't like the real quick instant ones. I like the regular ones. I figure the other ones have been processed too much. But I looked at the nutritional value on the labeling of that, and it wasn't much. Whereas with these are vitamin fortified. I mean, they got, wow. Man, you got vitamin A 15%, vitamin C 0, calcium 8, iron 15, thiamine 15, riboflavin 10, niacin 20, vitamin B 1 22. You can't read this too good. I mean, it's just loaded with all kind of things. And let's see, calories. What do we got? 160 calories per packet. So that's not too bad. You know, you have 2 packets. That's 320 calories in the morning, and you got a quarter to half a day supply of most of your vitamins. So I do keep some in here, and every now and then when I've run out, I've had to come into here and eat some. But I stuck a couple in here out of this box the other day, and I have some in my other bag, which I'm getting ready to take on a little trip. I've got some food in there. So I always keep food in both of my bags, and I have this bag for those are just for camping, like, and this one's for bugging out. All right, here's some sunflower kernels. Pretty good, you know. They're a nice little snack. 160 calories per serving. So that's a quarter cup. Yeah, and it's not bad stuff. Sunflower seeds. So let me put that over here. A bag of almonds. And I had a woman gave me a kit that had, it was a gift my neighbor gave me. It had 3 packages like this of different types. One I've already eaten. One is packed away, like say, on my bicycle, and a squirrel and I have been eating it. But I have this one still unopened. Nuts are really good. You know, they taste good. Good source of protein. Good fats. A lot of other good stuff. Now, this here is a little bit heavy. And darn, I picked it up last week, and I was thinking, well, I got way too much pepper in here. Well, as it turned out, this isn't pepper. This is something that will help stop radiation poisoning. It's what the military used to give to people. And I don't know why they didn't give it to those people on that aircraft carrier that went over near that Fukushima and got messed up. Because this stuff really works. It's a super duper antioxidant. Actually, that's not what this was. This is, I'm sorry. This is something that part of my automatic fire starting kit. I don't know if you see my video where I start a fire where you don't need spark or flame. You take a little of this powder, a few drops of liquid, and it fires up. And it fires up hot. So that's why I have this in here. And I got to keep the liquid separate in case something should happen. I don't want to go up in a ball of flames. All right, so here's another one of these bottles. This one's, I got all these bottles from this guy. He drinks like 1 or 2 of these a day. He had hundreds of them sitting in his garage. So I brought home probably 60 of them, cleaned them all out, and I've put a lot of them to good use for things. But that's some olive oil. And, you know, you don't need to use it just for cooking. It's pretty nutritious, too, and dense in calories. And good for your heart. So I had that. I hit a few of these last week, too. I had at least 4 in here, maybe more. I got 1 left, hot cocoa mix. I may have to get some more. Actually, no. I have some other cocoa mix I put away. Let me show you this. This was a good deal. And it's much better than that stuff. Hey, baby. You got away, man, pretty boy. Yeah, my squirrel's out there waiting for me now. I guess he heard me talking about the nuts. He'll be coming up to the door in just a minute. But I went to the store, was picking up some groceries, and I found this nutritional drink mix. They were all on sale in the sale bin. $3 for this thing. Now, this is really, oh man, it's loaded with vitamins and minerals too. I'm not going to read all of this to you, but just look at this label here. Wait a minute, let me get to the right thing. You got this, and look at all the vitamins and everything. You know, you can pause this and look at it if you want. But anyway, pretty good stuff. And you don't need milk with this. Use water. And now they recommend use 2 of these big scoops. 2 of these scoops. You don't need that. I've been using a large cup. I put in 2, 3 teaspoons tops. It's very chocolatey, very nutritious. So I am going to repackage some of this, and it will go in my kit here. Yeah, I'll fill up at least another bottle like this or a larger bottle. We'll see. Okay, let's go on with this. Here's the pepper. This one's really light. That other thing, I should have known it was so heavy. And what I did think, I was thinking, is that pepper? And I tasted some. Now, it can be used for water purification. And at first it had no taste, but it left a bad aftertaste that stayed there for a little while. But, you know, if you're using it to purify water, heck, I've used bleach before. That's what I used to use. Just a few drops of bleach in a quart, couple drops, shake it up, let it sit for a while. It leaves a taste too. This use such a minute amount. I mean, it like the equivalent of a few drops of liquid, and it'll do a whole quart. All right, I got salt. Now I also have salt in my cooking kit. A whole bunch of straws loaded with salt and other spices. But I have this one in here for long-term use. Here's one of my bottles of honey. Now I had two in here. The other one was a much better honey. And here's the thing about honey. Usually the darker it is, the more nutritious it is. And I pulled out the dark one and used it because I ran out of honey here in the house. Because it is so rare that I use any sugar in this house unless there's a guest over. I use honey, or like right now I got some of that agave nectar, or I'll use molasses or real maple syrup. That's right, and those are all nutritional. They have good stuff in them. The sugar, refined sugar, it's not good at all. It's just empty calories. But I love honey. I have it every day. And the Bible says, "Eat honey, my son, for it is good." And I think that when he says that, he's not saying just because it's good for you, but because it tastes good, but because it's good for you. Now, all right, thrown in here, I got a bunch of little. Oh, there's going to be more in here, I'm sure. Little salt and pepper, sugar, and a beef bouillon thing. Just a whole bunch of these little package things, Thank you, Cracker Barrel, for the real sugar. The not totally refined. Little thing of ground pepper. I think we can thank this crushed pepper, maybe KFC or somebody. I'm not sure. It'll be flavor from a ramen pack because I used other things instead, but it'd be nice to add to something. And the rest is mostly, other than a couple more sugars, salt and peppers. Okay, now, and here I got so many of these. I don't know how I got them all. I have these in with my cook kit. I have them in with this. I have some in both of my packs. And I've used them. They're great. And you can actually wash them and reuse them, but you could break them. So one of the things I did order recently, which will be coming in, is it's like a little pocket knife. So I believe it's about 4 inches long, and it has a spoon that folds out on one end, a fork that'll fold out on the other end, and a knife. And that I got from Wish too, very cheap. It was like $4 or $5 plus the shipping. But that's going to be nice. Okay, I got this little cooked ham, and that's not too bad. You can throw that in with some other things and make some decent meals. Alrighty, and some Vienna sausage. It's rare that I eat these, but I thought it'd be a good thing to take along. It's a good, quick, easy snack. You don't have to heat it up. You get some protein and some fats with it. The only time I do like to put it, sometimes I'm a great potato salad maker, and I like to dice it up real fine and put it in there. It looks pretty and adds some extra flavor to it. Okay, also in here is a bag of salted peanuts. Okay. And a bigger can of Vienna Bites. These are the ones that are already cut up. And there's a lot of liquid in there too, but this has a lot more meat. That soup actually it's in there on the stove now simmering. I have to go get to that here in just a minute, but man, I couldn't believe how much liquid was in there. I never noticed that before. Oh, okay, that's the top part there. Now, getting into the bottom part. What is this? More Vienna sausages. I must have gotten them on sale. All right. We got I had a couple MREs. This came out of one of them. This is the nut raisin mix. So it's a little trail mix. Good another thing to snack on. You don't have to cook, especially if you happen to travel. And of course I got a grape jelly that I took out of one of the packages. I actually just ate some of it recently. I took a little trip, and it was actually pretty good. I didn't like the looks of it. I've had before. It was the MRE, a breakfast one with the, it's like triple cheese and corned beef hash omelet. It really doesn't look like an omelet. It's very dark brown in color. But I cooked it up. I didn't use the MRE heater. I pulled out my cooking kit, made a little fire, and cooked it up. And it was actually pretty good, especially when you're hungry and been hiking for a while. Okay, I had a bunch more of these, but I eat these now and then too. A whole bunch of these like Fiber One bars, and I had some other kinds too, but looks like they've pretty much been eaten up. Have to get some more. Got a little package of craisins. I can throw that in with my oatmeal. I eat these now and then. I don't care for them that much. Some people really like them, but in the oatmeal, it'd be real good. Okay, let's see. Now, a little more protein stuff. Herring fillets and sardines. You know, easy open. You don't have to heat it. Goes good with a lot of things. All right. Now, we got some more canned stuff. We got more sardines. These are cheap too. You know, they're very inexpensive to get those types of things. All right, here's a can of chicken and a can of albacore tuna. You know, ever since Fukushima, I always loved tuna. I don't eat it so much anymore. But I have it here, and if it comes to survival, I will eat it. Like the radiation poison would take a while to kill me. The starvation will kill me much quicker, and I understand it's a painful way to go. Now, here's something I just did. I've never tried these before. Actually, I think this one I've had in here for a little while, but I never tried them till just last night. And they're pretty good, because I bought a whole bunch of them, you know, different ones. I was surprised. It makes a pretty big portion, because I don't do instant mashed potatoes. You know, I'll use real potatoes at home, but if I'm bugging out, that's not always an option. And these are pretty good tasting. Yeah, I made mine here. I had the garlic ones. I chopped up some more garlic, doing a little butter. It was good. So I got that. And like I said, I have a couple more here. I got one in my other bag that I'm getting ready to take on a trip. At least one. So I'll be eating that. In fact, I'm going to rotate these out. I'm going to take out the one that's been in here and put in two of these. All right, here's the two more things that are Tuna Creations. You know, they're good. You can throw these in with, well, you'll see something I can throw these in with. Because I bought something that was a staple that they're so cheap, and then I was given a whole bunch of them. But they're lightweight, and they're good enough, especially if you mix them with other things. Now, here was some of the raw honey. I mean, this is the really thick stuff. I had a heck of a time getting it in this bottle, and it'll probably be worse when I try to take it out. But there's another thing of honey. Okay. Uh-oh, starting to run out of room already, kind of. Now, more canned stuff. Luncheon loaf. Basically, like a Spam. You know, that's something else I rarely eat, but heck, I'll take this with me. I'll eat it too. Yeah. Okay, especially when you're hungry, everything tastes good. And then some more chunk chicken. Another can of chunk chicken. Now, granted, those are cans, they're heavy, but those things don't have a lot of fluids in them. And generally, now when I get a lot of times if I'm going to get tuna, you get the kind that's in oil, which is what I don't usually have that. I usually get it in the water, but that oil you can use. They'll make a candle. They use it as cooking oil for cooking up something else. Comes in handy. Okay, and being a man with Latin blood in me, I had to put me some hot sauce in here. Yeah, that'll flavor things up. And you know, it's pretty good for you too. It helps improve your circulation. It can actually help reduce pain, reduce swelling. Good thing to have, and it has some good flavor. What do you got here? Oh, a few sugar packets. I think I'm going to have to take all those other ones and put them together with this. Keep them all in a bag. I have a lighter in here. I got lighters throughout my packs, in my cooking kits, in my fire starter kit. I got plenty of them because don't know how long you might have to be out there. Now, this piece of an inner tube, which I've been using these pieces for a long time. This thing was stuffed full of these Slim Jims. I mean, this thing, the rubber was expanded. You know, it's a whole bunch of these little ones. And one night I had the munchies, and darn, I ate a whole bunch of them. It was like kind of a grazing type of dinner. I think there's only 3 or 4 left in here, but I'm just going to keep them in here for the time being. hopefully I'm gonna get some more Slim Jim type stuff for beef jerky to keep in. But this keeps it compact, keep it dry. All right, let's see what else here. Now here's something that. Oh, there's another Fiber One bar. Ooh, and these chocolate bars, oh, they're great. I had like 3 of them in here, maybe 4. I got one left. Really a good treat. All right. And then the thing that makes up a lot of my stuff, well, it's not as much now. That's good. I'm going to be changing this thing around. Oh, okay, because this had a lot of it in here. But these are so cheap, and people gave them to me even. Mac and cheese. Kind of like a staple. And I'm not going to eat a whole box of these anyway, generally. I'll eat half a box, but I can add the tuna to it. I can add chicken to it. Herbs and spices, which I have plenty of herbs and spices right in with my cooking kit. So, you give it a little variety. Because normally I don't eat this stuff. It is rare that I eat that at home. And now I did take a little salt pack. I did take several of them and open them up and put them in here. It actually did save me a little bit of space because there's a lot of air in there. And so now they're in here. And then I can always use this container later for something else. If I got some kind of leftovers or anything or something I need to keep fresh, I can carry water in it. You can do a lot of things with it. And this is a very lightweight Tupperware thing. A friend of mine gave me several of them. 2 big ones like this and a couple smaller ones. And they're great. And then the other thing in here is a couple of these chicken flavored rice on the sides. Like I said, that's, I can always add some meats and other things to that. But that's what was in here for the time being. Wow. Doesn't look like so much now that it's laid out, but yeah, that's enough to keep me going for a little while. Yeah. See if we can get a little look at it all. I don't know if I'm getting it too good, but yeah, it can keep me going. And then what I have in my large pack, I got this thing. I guess it's from the I forget what you call them. Oh, and by the way, those tuna things, I just bought this last week, so we'll throw this box away. But it's pretty good protein. Yeah, it's high in protein. Wow. Yeah, you get about over 50% of your daily protein from one of these packets in here. So that's all good. Now, what I got is, and here's something else that needs to go in here now. I said I'd used up the Tang that was in there, and so I filled this little bottle up with Tang, because I like Tang. It's instead of drinking water all the time, you can throw some of this in your container. It's loaded with vitamin C. And actually, I've checked it out. Compared to things like some of the other things you can get, like Country Time lemonade and all, the Tang is much better. The ingredients in it are much better. And here's another thing I just bought. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I will. This is one of these summer sausage things. These will keep for a long time. Got a lot of protein, a lot of flavor. And once again, I mix it with a lot of other things. Now, I do have a couple other things that I would like to put in here. We'll have to see. Maybe I can take out a box or 2 of that mac and cheese and put some other things, because I have a bunch of, in some plastic containers, I have a bunch of rice with all these spices already added to it. And of course, before I did anything with it, I froze it to make sure there was no bugs in it, because I've had rice before. When I went to open it, there was all this little black stuff in there, little bugs. So I did that with the rice and with the beans, put them in the containers and left them in the freezer for several more days. But now they're sitting there ready to go. But I ordered this thing online recently, Patriot Pantry. Came with the 72-hour food supply. What it was supposed to have was 8 servings of oatmeal. It comes with 3 bags like this. Not 8 servings, 8 packages, basically 4 servings. It's a 72-hour kit. This is supposed to be 4 days worth of creamy chicken and rice. And it is a pretty big beefy thing. Yeah. So it came with that. And Oh, and it was supposed to have some potato soup mix, but instead they sent me 2 of these and the potato soup mix instead of the oatmeal, which is probably good. This probably costs a lot more, so they made a mistake, but worked out good for me. So, and it's pretty tasty. Like I said, I tried them. So that's about it for that stuff. I just want to show you some of what I got. I'm gonna repack it, switch some things out in here. I actually have another bag very similar to this. It's just slightly bigger, and it has a bottle holder on the side and some extra pouches on it. I may switch it into that. Oh, I kind of like this too with this see-through top here, which actually holds a bunch of stuff. So we'll see. I'll worry about that after I go eat that soup. So let me go get that soup. Give the squirrel a couple of nuts. Thanks for watching the video. I don't know if you really learned anything from it, but I figured while I'm doing this, I'm going to do it. Okay. Y'all have a good day. Catch me on the next one. And check out some of my videos about the Bible. That's even more important for survival. Yeah, the word Bible. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. And it's got a lot of instructions, including survival instructions. So, all right, thanks for your time. Wish you all the best.